welcome to my North Knit Corner. My name is Anne and I come to you from the south of Norway, where I live with my husband and our 3 boys. This is my little corner of the internet where I talk about my knitting. And today is episode 37 and I really hope that you want to join me. Sit down, find your knitting or crocheting, something good to drink, and spend a little cozy time together with me. You are so welcome if you have been here before, and welcome if you are here for the first time. I hope you will enjoy your time together with me. I am really excited to film today. I have been writing notes and I really want to chat about everything that I have knitted and knitting on. Yes, it's good to be able to talk with someone talk to someone who understands how it is to be excited about knitting and yarn. Yes, so I don't have many of them around me, so I'm so happy that I can talk to you about it. So thank you so much. I have information about everything I talk about today in the description box below this episode. And of course, as I always have, I will have timestamps on this episode. So let's just go right ahead and talk about my finished objects. I have finished my husband's Christmas gift and I put it on for you. It's way too big for me, so I had to fold up the arms and it's too long for me, but it's very cozy. It's the Moby Sweater Man by Petite Knit. I've knitted this in Sandnes Per Gynt tweed in the off-white color. It's the number 2523. I've knitted it on US 4 and 6 and it's 3.5 and 4 millimeter needles. In the size is large. And can I get a applause please, because I hit gauge perfectly and I'm so proud of myself, because if you've been here before, you know gauge is a big issue for me. So I was so happy that when I was knitting for somebody else, the gauge is perfect. And I'm so proud of this sweater. I was so intimidated to start knitting this because I thought it looked very complicated. It's so much stuff happening, and but also I really wanted to knit this for my husband. So I just dove in and I was a bit stressed in the beginning because there's a lot of things to think about. You have to look at several sheets at the time because some of the pattern is here and then you refer to the next sheet and the next sheet, and I was just like, wow, I'm never gonna get this. But when you get into the rhythm of the structure, it's very easy. So I highly recommend it. If you want to knit a Moby sweater, then just do it. You can do it. So I'm very proud of it and I think it's going to look very nice on my husband. The Per Gynt, I really like to knit with Per Gynt. It was very nice and yeah, it's rustic, but it's not bad. But when I'm wearing it now, I really can feel that it's really rustic. It's a bit itchy and it's okay for me. I'm not bothered by it, but I feel it. I do. But I don't think my husband will have a problem with that either. So, and you know, it's very warm, so you can use it as an outer garment. You can have a thin wool sweater under it and use this instead of a jacket if it's a nice day. So I think that's good. Yeah, I'm proud, but and I thought I was doing everything right, and I was so happy. I even did Italian bind off, which I'm very proud of, and I'm so happy that I took the time to do it. It takes a lot of time and it's not so fun, but it turns out really nice. Do you want to see? Yeah. So I'm so happy with it. I did it on the cuffs as well. So I'm glad I did it. But I was finished with the sweater and I was just studying it a bit before I was going to wash and block it. And look and behold, I did something wrong. In the crosses, or I'm not sure what you call those, but I had done one row wrong. So I had crossed over a place that I was not supposed to. So yeah, that was really annoying. I had done it 2 or 3 places on the same row. Yeah, 3 places, because that's what you do, I think. And it was not very far up. It was can I find it? It was about here. So not very long up, but this is from here to here is about 4 hours of knitting. So it is quite some time. And of course it was the Italian bind off as well. So I wasn't very keen on ripping out. But at the same time I was thinking that is going to bother me so much. What can I do? I didn't want to rip back. And I was thinking and thinking, and then I thought I can try to do some stitches over where the crosses were supposed to go, and see if I can tweak it a bit with just a bit of sewing. So I did that, and actually it turned out pretty good. And I was happy with how it was looking. And when I looked at the sweater, like a bit on distance, I couldn't see it. And I decided it was okay. And I washed it and blocked it. And when I looked at it, when it was dry, I actually had to really look to find the place where I had done the mistake. So all in all, I'm happy. And I'm glad I didn't rip back. That I could just sew a bit and fix it. So I'm not sure you can see it. If you can see it, don't tell me. Yeah, I think it will be okay. Yeah. So proud of this, happy to give it to him. I hope he will be as happy with it as I am. I also put in a tag for him so he can see what's front and back, although you see that very easily because of the short rows. But he always complains that he doesn't know the front and the back of his sweaters that I've knitted for him, so I put in a tag so it was easy for him to see. So this weighs 685 grams. And it's a really cozy sweater. Yeah, so I might steal it from him from time to time, just to cozy up in. Okay, let's go to my next FO, which is 2 FOs of the same thing. And if you've been here before, you know I'm knitting Tardis socks for my boys and my husband, my 2 oldest boys and my husband. They are big Doctor Who fans. I'm using a pattern from Keladry B. It's a free pattern on Ravelry. And I can really recommend the pattern. It was really easy and good. So this is the first pair I knitted. These were done last time, but then I have finished and cast on. Finished the pair I was knitting on last time and cast on and finished another pair since last time. So these are the ones that I showed you last week, not last week, last episode. They are done. If you remember, if you've been here before, you know I missed a purl row that was supposed to be here on these. So apparently, to make up for that, I made 2 purl rows on the bottom of these ones. Here. See, I don't know why I did that. I don't know, but it's my signature on these socks or something. I knitted these ones toe up. The yarn, maybe you want to know the yarn, it's Drops Fabel in the color 107 blue, 100 of white, and the black one is 400. Yes. And it's only one size in the pattern, so it's since it's free, I can say it's 72 stitches you cast on. But that was I have a loose gauge, as I have said many times. So the first ones got really big. So that's why I started toe up with only 64 stitches, and then before I came to the or after I have knitted the heel, I did increase to 72 stitches to have enough for the chart or the pattern and everything. Yeah. Yeah, so these are knitted on 2.25mm needles. They turned out a bit better than the first ones, but still quite big. Oh well, I'm sure they will be okay. They can have some socks under them or something. So these weigh 77 grams. And then I cast on the last pair. I just did it because I was so tired of knitting on these socks. So I just have to finish the third one as fast as possible to be done with the gifts, or these gifts anyway. So these are the last one that I knitted. I started from the cuff down. And these are almost perfect. I mean, third time's the charm, right? So I knitted those cuffs down. So I cast on 72 stitches before I came started the heel. I decreased to 64 stitches, and I was so tired of knitting on those, so I just did a short row heel because that goes pretty fast. It's not my favorite heel because it's okay to knit, but it's not, I don't get it very even and nice. I get a bit holes because I probably don't tighten hard enough, even though I feel like I tighten a lot, but I probably don't when you do the turns. So, oh well, it's how it is. But I'm done with them and I'm happy, and I hope they will be excited when they get Doctor Who socks. I hope so. That would be nice, because I put some time and effort and love into these socks. These weigh 64 grams, by the way. So all done, 3 Christmas gifts done. That's good. Yeah, I'm proud of myself for doing it. The last thing I have on my needles, not that I have on my needles, we are not there yet. We are on FOs. is Kikki and Kalle. Kikki is here. Meet Kikki. And this is Kalle. Aren't they adorable? Hello. Nice to meet you. I just needed something fun to knit on in between these socks and yeah, the other thing that I'm going to show you in whips. So this is Kikki and Kalle. This is a free pattern on Instagram by a lady by the Instagram name of Meita's Hobbyhule. She has a post there where she put out the pattern that she made for free, but you just have to do a screenshot to get it. It's only in Norwegian. I am sure it's very easy. It's just one page. It's not difficult at all, and I'm sure you can use Google Translate. But if you want to knit this and Google can't help you, then just send me a message and I will try to translate it for you. That would be my pleasure to do so if you want to knit these. We can start with Kikki. Here she is. I just found some scraps that I had. This is the white one is Sunday in white, 1001. And this beige one that is on the scarf and the hat is a Norwegian yarn called Gjesdal Superwash Sport. And it's the color beige. I don't have a color number. I thrown away the ball band. But it's just like a superwash 100% wool yarn. I had one ball just laying around. I don't know why I bought it. It's been in my stash for ages. So I use that. For the nose, I use some Sandnes tynn line and some thin shawl yarn that I had left over from Ranunculus that I knitted. And the eyes are just some black acrylic yarn that I had laying around. And I made a little pom-pom. I used a tutorial that I found on YouTube where you use a fork to make a little pom-pom. So I can link that below. That was very fun and very easy and fast to make. I just filled this with a little bag of rice so they can stand up, and some I actually had an old pillow that I bought at IKEA for 40 Norwegian kroners. That, I don't know, it's not a lot. $4 maybe, American dollars, I think. Yeah, that I had laying around that I didn't need. So I just cut it open and I just used the filling to fill this. So now I have a lot. I have a big pillow with stuffing that I can use for more of these because I really want to make more. I think they were really cute, and it's a very nice little gift if you're going for like a Christmas party, and you can give it to the hostess or for a little Christmas gift. Yeah. Before I filled it, she weighed 45 grams. I knitted them on 3mm needles, US 2.5. Yes. So that's this one, and this is Kalle. Maybe put Kikki back. There. This is Kalle. Kikki was knitted with 2 strands of Sun and Sunday for the body, because I thought maybe it would be quite open since I am a loose knitter and I wouldn't get it nice and tight with only 1 strand of Sunday. But actually I found out that I would try with one because it got quite big. So Kalle is knitted with one strand of Sunny Sunday, the same one, the white one. And for the, I took off the hat. For the hat and the scarf, I used Drops Fabel in brown color, number 300. Yeah. And the same for the nose and the black acrylic for the eyes. They were supposed to have mouths as well, but I wasn't able to make a nice smile on them, so I didn't do the mouth. I think that's okay. And if you see, I've sewn on the arms totally wrong, so they are very, yeah. Oh well, I don't care. He's still cute. Yeah. So maybe be a bit aware of that. I will be a bit more aware of where I put the arms when I make another one. Yeah, so that's Kikki and Kalle. This weighed 22 grams before I filled it, so it's not a lot of yarn that you need. I used 12 grams of the Sunny Sunday for this one and only 7 grams of the Fabel. So you need some scraps of yarn to make this very cute, I don't know, snowman or whatever they are. That can be recommended. As I said, just send me a message and I will happily try to translate the pattern for you. I think all the things I have on my needles now are new whips. I don't think you have seen them before. Someone in my family said they wanted socks for Christmas, and of course I'm going to knit them socks. So I cast on the Jordbooties by Your Clothing. You can't find the pattern on Ravelry, but you can find it on their website, so I will link that below. And it's also linked on my Ravelry page or project page for these Jordbooties. And the pattern is also in English, so you will be able to knit it if you want to. So I've done one, and this is the Dale Alpaca Magic yarn, and it's alpaca and nylon, 63% alpaca and 37% nylon in this yarn. It's a bulky yarn, I think, bulky weight. Yeah, in the color 335 brown. And I've knitted one. So it's like a nice comfy booty. I've knitted them on 4mm needles, which is US 6. So they don't take a lot of time to knit. They are very easy to knit. So I can really recommend it. And now I have started the second one. So as you see, it doesn't really look like I'm knitting a sock. But it's a very fun construction, and it's very good. It's a very good explanation in the pattern. It's line by line how you're supposed to do it, so it's very easy to follow. You have to sew it together on the bottom. So there's a sewn line in the middle here. If I can show it to you. That was harder than I thought. Yeah, it's a line here, not here, in the middle. Yeah, so you have to sew it together, and I was thinking that that would be very uncomfortable to walk on because it's a line straight under your foot, but actually you can't even feel it. It's a very nice tutorial on their website on how to sew it together, so you get a very a nice seam and you can't even feel it. So that's wonderful. So I can highly recommend this pattern. It's yeah, it's a fast knit. I was surprised. I knitted 3 pairs of those last year before Christmas, and I had forgotten that I didn't use a lot of time. Actually, I was knitting it and I was thinking, oh, I still have the bottom left of it. But then when I came back to the pattern and read, it was only that I had to sew this together. So I was like, oh, I'm almost done. I'd forgotten that you were supposed to sew it together. So, and then of course you have to knit this long cuff, and actually I cheated. You're supposed to knit 4 or 5 centimeters more, but I thought it was so boring, and I thought this was enough. So mine is shorter than it's supposed to be, but that's okay. I'm knitting the size 37-38. That's European sizes, and they have several. I'm not sure if it's 4 or 5 or more sizes, but it's a pretty good range of sizes in the pattern. So I'm almost done with this. I will take this. I'm going to a friend tonight to knit and chat, so I will knit on this then. So hopefully it will be done before the weekend starts. And maybe I will knit another pair. I will see. I have more yarn, so I can absolutely make one more. Because the person who asked for socks got one of these pairs last year, and that was the best socks ever. so that's why I'm making the same for the same person this year. Okay, I am also knitting another Christmas gift, which is kind of boring to knit on, to be honest, but I think it will be a great gift, so it's absolutely worth it. I am knitting something that is called Tova sitteundelag. It's a felted seating pad or mat that you bring with you if you go on a hike, for example, and you want to sit down, and you could put this under your bum and don't get wet. It's a free pattern on Ravelry from Strikkesilla, Tina Haglund. It's only in Norwegian, but it's very easy. So if you want to knit it, I'm sure you can figure it out yourself, or you can ask me. But it's only garter stitch, and you just cast on the amount of stitches you want. Just remember that you're going to felt it, so it will shrink a bit. And you knit until you have the size you want. Very easy. And I only use scraps or leftover balls of yarn that I have in my stash, and I have quite a lot of scraps to choose from, so I will at least make 2 of these, I think. I'm knitting on needles 8mm, and this is US 11, and I'm using quite the range of yarns. I have something from a Knit Story, which was a Norwegian brand. It's unfortunately not available anymore, or I think maybe you can get it some places that still have some yarn left, but they are no longer in business, or they are maybe bought by House of Yarn. I'm not sure actually. But this is some yarn from them that I had that's called Feel Good Slim. Let me see if I can find my notes. Feel Good Slim, Eco Highland Wool. So I have 2 different colors of that yarn, grey and a cognac color. And I'm also using Drops Charisma. No, not Drops Charisma, Drops Nepal. in the Bordeaux color and a dark gray and a light gray. So I just knitted together 2 strands of yarn, and one with the Feel Good Slim and one with the Nepal, and I just, when I not have any more, I just find some other leftovers or scraps that I have and knit those in. But I try to use it to choose colors that are going together, like this. Yeah, so when I'm done with the next one here, I will take in the light gray that I have. I think it will be okay. I am not used to felting, so I'm a bit yeah, not scared, but I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to do it. Okay, I will just have to try, and I will have to use my washing machine, and I have never felted anything in my washing machine, so we'll see. I will make this and try that first, and if I'm successful, I will knit another one and gift it for Christmas. But it's not the most fun thing to knit on, so it doesn't go very fast. But this is also something that I can bring with me when I'm going someplace out and need something easy to knit on. And then I was watching a Norwegian podcast the other day on Tuesday. Today is Thursday, and on Tuesday afternoon I was watching a Norwegian podcast called Bak strikkfasaden. It's a very nice lady called Anne, same as me. And she had a visitor from a friend on the podcast this time, a lady called Lina. She also have a Norwegian podcast. So they were talking about knitting red sweaters for Christmas. And they showed some beautiful red yarn, and I was like, oh, I have some red yarn left over from another project, and I knew it wasn't much, but I had some dark red Dale Kid Silk Erle, which is it's just mohair and wool and silk, and here it is in this very dark red. It's the number 9043, and I knew I didn't have a lot. I knew I had one whole ball of the yarn, which is 50 grams, and I think it's 325 meters in one ball. And I had a little bit more, under half a ball extra. So I had about 450 meters of yarn, and I was thinking, is it enough for maybe a ranunculus? A short sleeved one, maybe? Cropped one? And I calculated, and I looked at projects on Ravelry to see if anyone had knitted in one strand of kid silk and how much they had used of yardage. And Ravelry is so great when people put in how much they have used and the size they use and the needles they knit on. Then I can see, have I enough? Can I make this happen? And I just figured, yes, I think I will have enough. I will, since this was scraps or leftover yarn that I had, there was no loss really to try. So I just cast on a ranunculus. And today is Thursday morning, and I haven't knitted anything today, but I cast this on Tuesday afternoon, and today the whole body is done, Ta-da! It's such a fast knit. Ranunculus is a pattern by Midori Hirose. And I am knitting on 6mm needles. I'm knitting the size 1. And this is my 4th Ranunculus, believe it or not. I am certainly not believing it, because I thought I would never knit a Ranunculus, but here I am. I have always knitted the size 1 and with the 6mm needles. That is US 10. And of course there will be different because I've used different type of yarn. Last time I knitted with Sannes tynn line and thin shawl yarn. So that has a different look than this, because this is only 1 strand of kid silk. So this is kind of wide and flowy and very light. This, I weighed it, and this weighs 60 grams almost. You have to take away the weight of the cables, of course, but almost 60 grams. Yeah. And I still have 16 grams left of this. So I have a question for you guys. Since I'm done with the body now, I will put up a little video of me where I have it on, and I want you to help me. Should I knit more on the sleeves, a bit longer, because this is 16 grams, so I have half of it for each sleeve. So about 8 grams for each sleeve, and actually that's quite a lot. Since this is only 60 grams, you see that it goes a long way. Should I knit them a bit longer, or should I cast off here? And also it is short, it's kind of cropped, and it's very flowy in the back. I like how it looks in the front, but it's very flowy in the back. Do you think I should rather take up the cast off and knit it longer, or is it okay? I'm a bit unsure. What do you think? Should I knit longer sleeves, or should I knit longer body? Of course, it will be a hassle to rip back mohair. I did that 2 times when I started the cast on, because I did something wrong, and that was very hard. I got knots on the thread, and so I don't really want to. And I think, of course, when I wash it, I can pull it a bit, and it will be a bit, or block it a bit, and it will be maybe a bit better. I don't know. So if you have an opinion, I would love to hear it. But this was a lot of fun. I just needed this, like a cleanser between all these Christmas gifts, and yeah, it was just so much fun just to do it. I can see that you don't see the structure very well in this yarn. And of course, it's quite transparent. It's a very loose gauge, but I think if I have a black top underneath or something, it will be nice. Yeah, and if nothing else, I have used up some scraps, and that's always great. I really want to knit this up too. I don't want to have anything left, so it would be nice to knit on some, but of course I don't want to knit it on just to knit it up either. So if you have an opinion, I would love to hear it. I have it in my little snowman bag, which is very cute. Which is from a Norwegian podcaster who made it. That's my whips. I don't have anything else on the needles yet, but I have castonitis. I really want to cast on all the things. So I am sure I will cast on something new very soon. I don't have any Yarnjoy to share with you today, but I might have some Yarnjoy coming in the mail. I have some yarn coming for something fun. And I have a yarn advent that has arrived, that is waiting in my cupboard over there. And I'm very excited to open it. And I also have a scrappy advent coming from, I did a swap with Lauren in Work Knits. And just with some 10-gram minis that we made for each other. And so I'm so excited for that. That's my first time doing a advent swap, so that will be a lot of fun to open every day in advent, and I hope she will like her advent that I sent her. But I have plans for advent knitting, of course, and for what I want to knit the last week of November. Of course, I have to finish these gifts, hopefully before December starts. That would be a goal. I also have some sock yarn coming in the mail, just some thick commercial sock yarn that I will knit some socks for some family members for Christmas. I think that will go by pretty fast. It's a thick yarn, and yeah, I think I will manage that. And also I need to finish those seating mats. And I really want to knit more Christmas ornaments, like Christmas balls. I want to knit some Christmas stars that I knit last year. They were so cute. And maybe another 1 or 2 of Kikki Kalle. That would be nice to have to give for some small Christmas presents. Yeah, we'll see how much. I feel like I have all the time, and that I will be able to knit so many things, but I know in reality that's not how it is, because there is other things than knitting, actually. Or is it really? I'm not sure. I have to do other things than knitting, even though I would love to knit all the time. And I will knit a Sweet Shop blanket by Laura Penrose in Penrose Knits with my advent calendar, the one from Mrs. Fox Yarns. So I also bought some white drops fabel to go with that. I hope I can be able to knit one square each day in advent. That would be great if I was able to do that. That's my goal. Anyway, and I have some yarn coming for the fabulous festive sweater by Lille Rille Design. Yes, I will cast it on. I talked about it in my fall knitting episode. And I am enabled by Emily Kate. And Emily Kate made this. She made me do it. No, I really wanted to knit it, but I was thinking maybe next year. But I'm so excited to just do it. Yeah. So as soon as that yarn is coming, I'm going to cast it on. And it's all over colorwork. I can put in a picture of it. And I have this beautiful yarn from Moby's hand-dyed yarn in this golden color that I will use for the colorwork. So I think that would be a nice project for the beginning of December, and we'll see if I can wear it for Christmas or not. But I'm excited to do it, to knit it anyway. So that is some of my plans. Let's see if if they will become reality or not. We'll see. But I am planning on doing Vlogmas. I will make hopefully one little short vlog every day in Advent. I think I will do until the 25th. Here in Norway, we celebrate Christmas on the 24th. That's the big celebration day for us. So I'm not used to 25 days of Christmas, but I might put out a little short vlog on the 25th as well for you who celebrate Christmas on the 25th. And then you can see maybe a little bit from my Christmas Eve celebration. That would be maybe nice. So I hope you want to join me for that. I've never done Vlogmas before. I am excited to try. Hopefully it won't only be like a 10-minute short episode each day. We'll see how much I have to fill them with, and I hope it can be a cozy little time for you in your Advent days. So I'm not sure if I'm doing a podcast in December. Maybe I will just put in my knitting in, or I will put in my knitting and what I'm doing in December knitting wise in my vlogs. So I don't think there will be a podcast, but in the new year there will probably be all of the things I knit in 2023 episode, and a planning episode for 2024, and all of that fun stuff. So hopefully you won't get tired of me. Okay, I just want to say thank you so much to you all for being here and joining me for my knitting chat, and I really appreciate that you want to listen, because it's good to get all of this knitting excitement out. I'm sure you know how it is. Yes, and thank you all for your kind, warm, beautiful comments. I am so thankful to all of you, and thank you for thumbs up and for subscribing. And if you're not subscribed already, but you enjoy the content here, I would really appreciate it if you would consider subscribing. That helps out my channel a lot. Yeah, and I hope you all are well, that you are healthy, that you, if you live like I do in a country where it's now very dark and gloomy, and it's either snowing or it's raining. It's raining here today. It's very gray, and cold, and yeah, not so nice outside. Then I hope you can make yourself a cozy corner at home with some candles, something warm and good to drink, and that you have something fun on your needles, or maybe Christmas gifts. That's not so fun, but you can just think of the people that you are knitting for, and that is a good motivator, at least for me. And for you who has the summer and you have the sun and the warmth, I hope that you enjoy that, and still make time to sit down and knit, maybe outside, and just enjoying the sun. Yeah, I envy you a bit, just a little bit. I really love the cozy times inside, but I do love to sit outside in the sun and knit too. But oh well, that's not the season I'm in right now. That's okay too. Okay, enough ramble for me. Thank you again to everybody. Take care, and take care of the people around you. And I wish you all happy knitting, and I hope I will see you the 1st of December for Vlogmas. Bye everyone!